Is America really going broke? Right now, the US government's publicly held debt is right around $30.3 trillion. This is estimated to be 99.9% of the country's GDP. This means the value of our debt is basically the same as all of the goods and services we produce in a year. Now, it's important to note a rise in debt is not necessarily a bad thing as long as the GDP rises along with it. The Congressional Budget Office sets reasonable estimates for debt and GDP growth at 4.5% per year, 2.5% real growth, and 2.5% target inflation. So if the GDP grows at 4.5%, the annual deficit needs to be smaller than 4.5% for us to keep pace. But we are way over that 4.5% right now. The fiscal year for 2025 just ended and the deficit came in at just over 1.81 trillion or 6% of GDP. Now keep in mind the deficit is just for this year. So we overspent by $1.8 trillion last fiscal year. But even that number doesn't tell the whole story because last year's numbers received an artificial reduction of over $230 billion due to the way the government calculated the cost and revenue associated with student loans. Without this, the deficit for just 2025 would have been over $2 trillion or 2.7% of the country's GDP. If we stay on this path, experts at JP Morgan expect our debt to GDP ratio to rise to 102% as early as September of next year, which would mean we're effectively underwater as a country, and it could get even worse with the passing of the One Big Beautiful Bill. And these forecasts even assume strong tariff revenue, aka us as citizens are paying extra to the government. Maybe not through their new Venmo initiative, but through increased pricing on international goods. And these forecasts assume no new major spending programs or emergencies, which is optimistic at best, if not delusional. Any new domestic initiative, natural disaster, or geopolitical conflict could blow these numbers wide open and run up the deficit. And I do not say this to scare you, it's more to prepare you. And one way you can do this is through a strong emergency fund and diversifying your investments. Even though investing in the US economy has historically been a sound and resilient investment strategy, diversifying your investments into things like international stocks could help insulate your portfolio. Probably the most important thing that we can do is vote. The country's fiscal health is directly impacted by who we send to Washington. Representatives, senators, everybody. And with midterms coming up, this could be our chance to see some positive change.